Hey friends. So my plan today for the email readings was I was going to just open the original document because I still haven't done the work I need to do yet to move my stuff to the external hard drive so I can use the search again. So my thought was I'll just open the original document, go to a page that I haven't hit before, and then, find where it stops the copy paste response and see if I can find something interesting that we haven't seen yet. However, then I got up and opened Reddit, and Lil Frodo found some emails that I never seen before, and they are way too wild to not put out there. These emails are reveal that the prison at one point apparently investigated Gypsy for how many people she was getting money from for her pay pigs. And that's part of the reason why Jeff got pissed off and left her. When this goes down, we see Gypsy twist herself into her usual knots, trying to say, well, all I did was accept what was offered to me, and none of this is my fault. That's exactly how she is with the murder nowadays. Her story is, I asked Nick for help. And if I would have just asked somebody better, then I wouldn't be guilty for murder. You asked Nick to kill your mom after 2.5 years of convincing him that you were on the brink of death with abuse, and also telling him that he got you pregnant in the movie theater and that Dee Dee made you lose the baby with a feeding tube change, which was all just a complete lie to stoke his emotions so that he would be willing to do this. So, our quick disclaimer as usual, I've stopped showing the emails on screen because YouTube's AI flagged me for reuse content because the emails are so popular right now. I will have a link in the description to Little Frodo's post so you're able to pull up the screenshots of the emails yourself if you want to read along. These emails were obtained legally through the Freedom of Information Act and the Missouri Sunshine Law. All prisoners' emails are subject to Freedom of Information Act request. Okay, I'm gonna skip the first one because I think I've read it before and it's just Gypsy doing her usual over sexual whatever crap. But the next one is very interesting. This is where she's trying to explain herself after he broke up with her. This is outbound from Gypsy. One last bit of I got 50 from her tax return and a total of 65 taken from the app. She put what her friend Blank wanted to send me for Christmas, which was 20, and the person who made the portrait of me lives in Italy, so he didn't know how to send me a deposit, so he gave it to her to give to me. That was 30. So there you go. I checked my account. You dumped me over 65 bucks that I did not ask for from an app that I never asked or wanted to be made. It was offered to me. I agreed to take it. I didn't care either way if I was sent anything. I was completely fine with my 200 from my dad. I wanted people to get to know me, and I thought the emails were harmless at first. The Cash App was all her idea from the start, and I was misinformed on what was happening and how it worked. I'm not out there, I don't know. So you can think what you want, but you know in your heart that I am not like that, and I should have stopped it. You knew everything, all of it, now because Blink came out of the woodwork, you turn on me for something you knew about and didn't guide me to stop when I wanted to. And in fact, I told you I was going to have it all gone, and your words was, I don't think that's necessary to have her take it down. This was said by you the day I told you about them asking who all the names were on my account. I held back because I seriously thought, well, it must be innocent if Blank sees no reason to take it down. And now you flip it all on me and made it into a reason to end our relationship. Wow, you were just looking for a reason to leave me. You didn't even tell me that you got into it with drama online. No wonder you were so stressed. You were in the drama instead of working things out with me yesterday. It's a crying shame you threw us away over some bullshit like this. I was so happy with you, and I thought we had an amazing connection. But if you can't see my heart and my integrity and the person I am inside, uninfluenced and raw, just me as I am, then you don't love me and never did. My big bad choice was agreeing to allow Blank to do this. I didn't create it, but I didn't stop it when I should have. And now I've lost you and I'm broken. There's a lot of manipulation to unpacking that, y'all. God. So, yeah. So, first off, her numbers don't add up, obviously. She's like, I got 50 from her tax return. I assume she's talking about Rachel Garlick. I don't know why Rachel would have given her any of her tax return. But then she says a total of 65 taken from the app, and then gives an example of $50, $20 from someone from Christmas, and then someone in Italy, which is Italy guy that we know she was flirting with like hell and wanted to like move to Italy to be with, was trying to learn Italian for. But she's playing off to Jeff like, he's just a person who made a portrait of me, but she had to confess about Italy guy later. That's part of why Jeff dumped her. And then it's hilarious. She says, I was completely fine with 200 from my dad. We all know that's not true. She was getting money from everybody, anybody she could. And then she says, I wanted people to get to know me, and I thought the emails were harmless at first. She always waxes back and forth of whether or not she wants to be completely private and for people to leave her alone, or does she want people to get to know the real her all the time? We know what she actually wants. She wants to be Kim Kardashian, but she gets in trouble for that. And because Gypsy doesn't have the ability to stand strong in her backbone and allow the backlash to come to wash over, just stand strong while the waves of backlash go over you. And then when it's all done, if you're still standing, you can usually make something of it. But she's not strong enough to do that. So when the backlash comes, she immediately starts flipping on to, well, but I didn't even want to. This all I did was allow it. That's her excuse with Nick and the murder, y'all. Well, Nick always wanted to do a murder and I just wanted to be free and needed help. But he did it. He always wanted to, completely ignoring the fact that she asked him to for 2 years. And then she flips it in the same sentence, which sounds so absolutely ridiculous, but, in her brain at the time, she thought she was really making some points here. Ooh, yeah. But she says, "I should have stopped it," comma, and then immediately goes into, "You knew everything, all of it, and now because Blink came out of the woodwork, you turn on me for something you knew about and didn't guide me to stop it when I wanted to." So first off, she says she agreed to take it. Then she says she wanted to stop it, but she didn't because she trusts Jeff so much. And if he thought it was innocent, it must have been okay. Then when he finds out there was a lot more to it than he thought and he's mad, she tries to be like, I would have taken it down if you hadn't told me it was innocent. Oh my God. Oh, and then that very last part is wild, where she says, but if you can't see my heart and my integrity and the person I am inside, uninfluenced and raw, just me as I am, I think that's a real key, y'all. Every time Gypsy does something that she can be held accountable for, her excuse is, but I was just influenced to do that by mean people I was scared of. Nick was states away, but I was terrified of him. I didn't know what he would do, with Rachel Garlic in the TikTok. Well, I didn't even ask for it. I just agreed. I didn't even know. I didn't understand. It's all Rachel's fault. So every time she does something she can be held accountable for, her go to is, I didn't know. I'm so innocent and blah, blah, blah. And I just was influenced. You can't blame me for things I was influenced into doing. The real me, raw and influenced, is on the inside, separate from all the actions that the physical me takes. That's how I see it. What do y'all think, friends? Then we've got another one outbound from Gypsy. It says, I talked to the caseworker about the situation, and it is fine. They gave me the advice to keep my distance from blank, though, and any individuals who seek a friendship with me because of my notoriety and status. I'm not in trouble, but I need to keep myself and those around me away from any drama and keep the hype to a minimum, or it will be used against me next time. Outbound from Gypsy. I was upset yesterday. I was in my box badly. I made a stupid decision and fixed it. I am sorry I blame blank and you and everyone else. I know I caused this and I'm sorry. I will try and make better decisions going forward. You are a positive influence on me. And no, it's not always easy to hear someone hold me accountable, but it is what I need. So thank you. I never said I couldn't handle you. I said you could be a little more softer at your approach. That is it. That is all. I'm sorry I haven't made a positive influence on your life. I'll call later so you can break up with me. I wish that I were different and would be what you expected out of me. I know that I'm allowed to handle, and clearly you stated it's too much for you. I'm not sure any man can handle me. I take a lot of patience and understanding. I don't blame you for anything. I love you. Outbound from Gypsy. Do you still love me even though I'm a screw up in life? Outbound from Gypsy. I miss you. I wish you wasn't so angry with me. I'm truly am sorry for the mess I've caused. It's all my fault, and I wish I could make this right with you. I've made things right with everyone else but you. Outbound from Gypsy. Blank, I'm reading your long email, and I never said that you were no longer a positive influence on me. WTF? I did say you were being harsh on me. My love, will you please just calm down and listen with your heart and not with anger? I need you in my life. You made me a better person. Please forgive me. Pouts. Outbound from Gypsy. Crying. Sad face. Outbound from Gypsy. Can you please send my things to my parents' house? Thank you. I won't throw anything away of yours. I want to remember how much we loved one another. Outbound from Gypsy. Blank. I will miss and love you, and you will have a permanent place in my heart forever. I wish you nothing but love, happiness, and good health. You are a good man. You have issues of your own to work on, but you have been nothing but an amazing boyfriend. I do not regret what we had together. It was amazing. I do believe we could have had a wonderful life together. I assume you don't want my persistence any longer, and I will respect that. Morgan Freeman voice here. She would not, in fact, respect that. Outbound from Gypsy. Final thing before we go our separate ways. Take your vitamins, try to quit smoking, eat things that make you healthy, and don't forget to put sunscreen on your knee in the summer. And please, please make an appointment to get a physical. Wear your mask and get the vaccine when you can. I know you hate shots, but this is absolutely needed. Take care of yourself. If I don't tell you, no one will. Moi. Goodbye, Mr. Smitten. Hugs you tightly. Gypsy Rose. Man, she really like, for all of her talk about how Dee Dee was so overprotective, so over smothering, all about medical this and medical that, and wouldn't let her live. She tries to be that way with everyone she's with, y'all. Like, always tries to, like, mama knows best about their health and their life and just everything. She reminds me of Mother Gothel from Tangled. Mother knows best. Outbound from Gypsy. Fit. I just now remembered that I have more packages of back order items from Venus that will be sent to your address. Can you please send those when you can, along with information paperwork for the 50K and my pictures? You can do whatever you wish with the things I bought for us, like the comforter and pillowcases. I don't want them. The air fryer I spent almost $300 on. Keep it. I hope you enjoy it. I'll get pleasure from you using it, and every time you do, you will be reminded of me and that I tried to do whatever I could to make you happy, no matter the cost, because I love you. My drawings, cards, letters, emails, they are your property to do with what you wish. Burn it, sell it, keep it. My beautiful necklace, give it to Jen if you get back with her or whoever your next girlfriend will be. I think that covers it all as far as breaking up business. I don't know if you even want to talk here and there going forward. I don't know if you still want to have a visit. I don't know. I know nothing of what you want with me going forward. I know you don't want me as your woman. I know that for damn sure. But do you want to be a part of my life at all? I used to persist because I knew you still loved me. Now I know that is not the case. I may make immature choices sometimes, but I always learn and grow from it. That's how I and anyone for that matter evolves as a person. And I never intentionally meant to become a stress factor in your life. I did wrong. I own that fact. But honey, the truth is you're 43 years old and there's a reason why you are alone in life. You can't go through a healthy, stable, and secure relationship accepting only the good in someone. You have to love someone for better or worse. And those are words you will never say to anyone at an altar. Sadly, had you loved me as a whole and watched me grow as a person through life, walking side by side with me, I actually would have said it to you. I don't think you realize just how much I allowed myself to love you. One of my many mistakes and bad choices, I guess. I'm sorry that this is like the fifth email I sent. Before we talked, I didn't know how it was going to go, so I emailed you my thoughts. And then after, I wanted to say basically, I wish you the best. Cliche of me, I know, but I do want you to be happy in life. And now this was because I have my things at your place, and clearly plans have drastically changed. So now I have said everything I need to. Email me if you want to respond, but I'm not going to put myself through more pain by. And then it cuts off. So, yeah, funny things there. It's wild to me that I don't think she ever met this guy. I don't think they ever actually got to have a visit. If anyone knows different in the comments, please correct me if I'm wrong. My brain is kind of overloaded with email information. I'm usually pretty good at keeping the Gypsy Rose details sorted out. Oh my God, did y'all hear what I just said? Sorted outed. I sound like Gypsy. Call me micro deleted, y'all. But anyway, I usually have a pretty good handle on keeping the Gypsy Rose details sorted out. But Gypsy and her men, like, it's so overlapping. It's all so similar. She says the same things to all of them. They all are almost in the same timelines, and it's really hard to keep them straight. But I'm pretty sure she never actually met this guy, but yet he had information paperwork. The information paperwork for her trust fund? Just wow. And you have to wonder, like, did Christy and Rod send that to him? I mean, how did it even get to him? She said in that one email I read yesterday that Rod absolutely trusts Jeff, thinks he's great, and Jeff was surprised by that. He's like, "Well, I'm glad, but your dad's never met me." So yeah, That's just really, really weird to me that he would have had the paperwork for her trust fund. Another funny thing, and this is a real constant in all of Gypsy's communication, but she could never withhold herself from throwing out numbers. Like, she could never just say the air fryer in almost every email. It's the air fryer I just spent almost $300 on. And by the way, I'm sorry for that, y'all. I was mistaken in one of the videos. I thought she was having the air fryer sent to her at the prison. Clearly, she was having it sent to Jeff. She was trying to be his sugar mama while, trying to be his sugar mama off the pay pig money she was getting from other dudes. It's so weird, y'all. It's so weird. So, and this is clearly the email where Jeff got pissed off and told her in a response that we read yesterday, hey, there's no reason to throw my age and my single status up in my face. Because she said, honey, the truth is you are 43 years old and there is a reason why you're alone in life. You can't go through a healthy, stable, secure relationship accepting only the good in someone. So funny. She thinks she can throw out these cliches that she's heard on podcasts that are, fine generic advice for normal people and apply it to her while she's sitting in prison for murder. And also while she's trying to excuse being in a relationship while pay pigging a shit ton of men around the world on the side. It's crazy, y'all. Outbound from Gypsy. I can't sleep. Why are we together, Blank? I can't possibly make you happy. You made a mistake of leaving Blank for me. At least she gave you what I never can, and that is the ability to live a free life without the stigma of being tied to a criminal. You have made it clear how you truly feel underneath all the rose scented lies that romance brings. You see me as a criminal. How long is it until you throw the M word at me, huh? Will it be on a night like this when I'm home and we have a disagreement and I'm cooking dinner and have a knife in my hand cutting vegetables? You walk in the room, stand up a little straighter, your heart beats a little faster. And when I look at you, I see the tinge of unsureness in your eyes. It is in that moment I'll know what I am in your eyes. I am not a threat to anyone, but I'll be forever branded for my past. I called you looking for comfort and counsel, and what I got was judgment and meanness. You are so quick in an argument to judge me, to hold things over my head, to categorize me as one and the same as who I was born from. If I am not what you want, if this relationship has run its course, then we need to have that talk now before we go any further. All I wanted from you was love, acceptance, and respect, and I thought I could make you happy. I'm not my mother and I'm not my past. So why is the man I love and talk to every day for over a year, the man who claims to love me, calling me a scammer and a liar? Think long and hard about how you want to move forward from this. I'm hurt, tired, pissed off, and I'm a little hungry because I didn't eat dinner due to being upset with our conversation. You want to be a positive in my life and steer me right? Then be one, but do it with kindness and a gentler approach because this harsh scolding is driving me away from you. Yeah, she always has to throw out every little detail of any discomfort she possibly has as someone else's problem. It's Jeff's fault that she's a little hungry. She was too upset to eat. Oh, and to go back to that last email I read, what the hell is up with don't forget to put sunscreen on your knee? Like one knee needs sunscreen. But Jeff, literally, in reading these emails, dude is a whiner. Oh my God. He whines about everything, everything. And Gypsy tries to be all, like I said, mother knows best. Ugh. Okay, outbound from Gypsy. Oh, BTW, not that it matters much, but I did find out after getting my new tablet to work and having certain glitches happen that I didn't block the guy from Brazil. He blocked me. What I found out when first telling you the story was that, yes, first we sent a stupid email to him for shits and giggles. And yes, he sent me $50 by his offer, but all he asked for in return was a picture of me. So I was going to oblige and ask for his address. And next thing I know, he was gone. I thought I did it because it's not like I keep track of who I block. I remember getting creeped out by him, so I thought I blocked him. But I didn't. He did. And popped back up later to tell me hi again. It's like he got spooked when I asked for his address. I was really going to send him a picture, even though, yes, he was an odd person, but I didn't mind sending him a simple picture like he asked for. So when you want to throw him up at me again, know the whole truth before you judge me. I was going to tell you, but I didn't. Every time she tries to defend herself, she talks in circles so much she admits everything that she did and then just tries to say basically that no one can hold her responsible for it. Oh, it's hilarious. Outbound from Gypsy. Good morning, honey. Moi. I hope you have a better day. I love you. My caseworkers needs to see what the tarot cards I want look like. When you have a moment and free time, can you please send me a screenshot of them? They are called Mystic Dreamer Tarot 78 card deck, artist Heidi Doris. Also, tonight at 9 Eastern time, I think that's 9, maybe it's 8, Blank is doing a live with me. That's interesting. How was she going to do a live from prison? Were they going to do like a video call and Rachel was going to stream it? Huh. Anyway, outbound from Gypsy. Dear Blank, no matter how this phone call goes or the outcome, I have had the pleasure of being loved by you for a little over a year. And that is something no one can take away from me. I have opened my heart and soul to you, and that is something I have only done once. Yes, once. Breaking in here. Keep in mind, y'all, this is post her engagement with Ken. She'd already been engaged and broke up with Ken before this. Yes, once. I have never felt comfortable with anyone like the connection I feel with you. In the end, I know it is me that is unlovable. I have been feeling you start to drift away more and more, and I know it's because of my flaws. You were the better part of me, and no one could ever replace you and what you brought to my life. If this is how our relationship ends, I don't know how my heart will ever recover. But again, it is my fault. I wish that you could see how deeply I have fallen in love with you. I never expected to feel this way. But above everything, I want you to be happy. And if I don't make you happy, then I am not what's best for you. I love you so much, and I will keep you in my heart. Thank you for being my yin. You will forever have my heart. Remember, y'all, that was supposed to be a trigger phrase for her. You have my heart. Outbound from Gypsy. Yes, I upset you, and I am really sorry for that, but you didn't make it any better by saying what you said to me. Was it right for you to say those things? Is that how you feel? I am upset because my boyfriend thinks I'm a horrible person. I told you we would have this argument again. It was like I said for something different, but we would have it nonetheless. Why can't you be gentle in handling me? Why must you say hurtful things? I'm not blaming everyone else. I'm saying it wasn't all me like you tried to accuse me of. I look to you for advice. Outbound from Gypsy. I thought you loved me for who I am today and who I will be tomorrow, but after our conversation, I feel like I'll never be anything more than my past to you. Your scammer of a girlfriend has done what she can to make things right. If it wasn't made evident by that comment, I am not pleased with you and the way you handle me tonight. You blamed everything on me and then called me a scammer, even though I didn't ask for anything. A liar because I wanted to have the shit taken seriously. You mean what? I mean, what the fuck, Blank? You were upset? Well, so am I. But you didn't have your frustration. You didn't have to take your frustration out on me like it was my sole idea. Outbound from Gypsy. Love, will you please answer my call tomorrow night? I'm calmer now. I don't want us to have to spend another night upset. Will you talk to me, please? I apologize for all that crap. I'm going tomorrow to talk to my caseworker one on one, and everything should be fine here. Your advice of staying ahead helped. Please don't worry about this. Like I said, I'll be okay. We caught it in time. I have a few questions for you. Some things with our relationship need to be addressed, and I'm tired of pushing it to the side. Are you ready to pull a positive from this situation? Inbound to Gypsy. I don't see how anything positive comes of this. We can talk for a very brief minute or two to state the obvious. I don't think any type of long conversation is healthy for us. Outbound from Gypsy. I own my bad choices and I'll learn from it. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to blame everyone else. It just seems unfair to me to bear the full weight of responsibility when Blank came to me. I didn't go to her. Yes, I understand your point. My choices, good or bad, has consequence. I'm going to stay in line. I have to. There is no other option. I have to stay good for a long while. I don't want us to have to go without talking because I made a stupid decision. I love you and I know you are looking out for me more than most are. Outbound from Gypsy. I don't want to fight. How long are you going to stay mad at me? Inbound to Gypsy. Mad doesn't begin to describe this. I have too much going on at work to have this much stress come at me after work. Outbound from Gypsy. I didn't mean to give you more stress. I'm sorry. I'll leave you alone then. I love you. Inbound to Gypsy. You're not going to spin this on me. Never once have I called you a criminal, said you were like your mom, or used the M word towards you. I'm pissed off at what you're doing because in the end, it will not have positive results for you. Those are things you're inventing in your own head. You're making very bad decisions. Your actions will have consequences on you. Stop blaming others for the penalties you're going to suffer. To you, I'm not a positive influence on you anymore because I'm holding you accountable. Well, there it is. You said it. If you can't handle me holding you accountable, then you're absolutely right. I can't ever be a positive influence. And if I'm being perfectly honest, you're not having any type of positive effect on my life right now. You think I slept well? No, I definitely didn't. Just remember, the last thing I said to you is you have no one to blame but yourself. And that is when you decided to hang up. Think about what led to that statement. I'm far too stressed in my life right now for all this unnecessary drama that you have created. There's another line, but it cuts off there. Also, inbound to Gypsy. So let me get this straight here. You're the one upset with me? I'm not having this. I'm not interested in any of this. This is absolute bullshit. This guy, I'm pretty sure, went back to talking to her before she got out of prison in 2023. And I think she sent him Ryan's address, which is crazy because it's something we're going to read here in just a minute. But it's hilarious to me that, he just straight up called her out here, put up with no shit anymore. But then after a few years of her wearing him down, he went back to it. Kinda reminds me of how, she kept wearing down on Nick and he kept saying, "No, let's just run away. We don't have to do this." And then eventually he did it. Outbound from Gypsy. After I hung up on you last night, I called Blink and she and I had Blink take all but her personal videos down. I sent Blink an email stating plainly, I do not want my emails posted. So now, when it is time for her to prove her friendship to me, we will see how much my friendship is worth compared to the cha-ching she wants. You need to know this is not the first attempt she has tried to get money from being friends with me. The first time was a few years ago. In fact, I remember telling you about that stunt. I truly believe she saw nothing wrong with it or she wouldn't have done it. Her judgment isn't a 360 like yours. She doesn't always see things that could get me in trouble or hurt my chances of parole. She thinks, oh, well, so and so does it, and they don't even know her personally talking about the random people who claim to know me. That doesn't excuse me, but I didn't know about the Cash App links until you told me last night. I was under the impression people had to pay to view the videos. I was misinformed. I never asked anyone for anything. So please know I didn't lie to you or anyone else. I was honest with Blink and told her this shit needs to stop. I do love her and she has been my friend for 5 years. And I know she gets greedy, partly because she wanted to take care of me in here. So she does stupid shit too. I hate that you were upset with me, but I'm doing everything I can to fix it. Her story on Rachel changes all the time, y'all. Even in this brief, snapshot of emails here, she changes constantly. She says here that, "You need to know this is not the first time she's tried to get money from being friends with me." But in that other email, she's talking about doing a live with Rachel. Then another email, she was like, "I know I shouldn't have accepted it. All I did was accept." So, yeah, it's just wild how much she goes back and forth. Inbound to Gypsy. Every second of every day is a choice. You chose to do this with blank. Don't be upset with me because I don't agree with you that it's everyone else's fault that you may face consequences for that choice. Oh my God. Outbound from Gypsy. I keep thinking about you and have thrown myself into a body flush that has lit my body on fire. I need you to come into my room and show me exactly what you did in that last vague dream you had about me. That and more. Then there's one about Christmas gifts she sent into him, blah, blah, blah. Then this one, here we go. Good evening, handsome. Obviously, this is outbound from Gypsy. This morning was eventful. They went door to door with a list of qualifying women and asked if they wanted to take the vaccine. I was surprised quite a few women decided not to take it. The shots were not administered today, but medical needed a count of how many to provide for this group of individuals. At least things are progressively getting better. You've been such an amazing boyfriend through all of this COVID, prison, long distance. Sometimes I don't know how that after all this time, you are still here with me and not just supporting me, but in a relationship with me. You said that you feel things you've never felt before. I believe that because you've shown me that. I find myself feeling things I never expected either. It's a very positive thing. Smile. So, Blank and I didn't do the live. We decided against the idea after all, which is probably best. I am still keeping my guard up about Blank. I did warn my IPO, institutional parole officer, what she is posting, and I am waiting on his response. I'm starting to feel more security within myself that she has nothing over me. She has nothing but false claims. I don't want you to hate her though, because think on the long run. If our relationship was ever known by the media, say 10 years down the road, People Magazine does an update on me and we do an interview as a couple. Can you imagine Blink posting screenshots of your messages saying you agree that I should be placed in a nut house? Blink and Dad would not understand that it was not your true feelings. I thought about it more, and though it's a good short term idea, it could bite back in the future. So don't interact with her. The one screenshot of her real thoughts about me will speak volumes. I am proud of you for wanting to take action. No one else jumped up to thwart her evil plans. Anyways, sweetie, I am going to send this and hopefully you get it tomorrow. The emails are snail's pace, rolls eyes. Can we please make a set date night again? I miss having just a night for me and you time. At least then I knew I wasn't interfering with your parents or work. I love you, Mr. Smitten. Moi. So that's interesting. She believes Rachel has dirt on her. Rachel always says that she has more dirt on Gypsy that she's never shared. I don't know why she doesn't just put it out there. because it doesn't really seem like Gypsy has anything on Rachel. And considering the way Gypsy moves, we've saw how she did with Ryan's messages, with his methadone prescription and all that stuff. I feel like if Gypsy had anything on Rachel, she would have put it out there. I don't know. It's super weird to me. What do y'all think? Maybe she was afraid of Rachel telling about, all the pay pig stuff and that affecting her parole. Maybe that's what she was thinking she had on her. But yeah, it's interesting too that, Rachel apparently has a screenshot of Jeff saying that he thought Gypsy should be placed in a halfway house or something. She definitely should have, y'all. Outbound from Gypsy. Dearest love, tonight I was reminded how you are not just my boyfriend, but you are hands down my best friend. I always end up laughing at some of the strangest things with you. Now, thanks to you, I'll never look at a pickle without thinking of a chickle. LOL. Tongue face. I love you. Mwah. Don't forget your honeydew list. 4 things. I want your top 20 songs list. Smile. Your ring size, the game board, and then something else that's cut off. Outbound from Gypsy. Random thought of the day. I might want 2 babies, maybe a chocolate lab and a smaller dog. We got outbound from Gypsy. My dearest Smitten, I want to talk to you about something on my mind, but first I want to reassure you that I'm not upset with you in any way, shape, or form. Lately, both you and I have been stressed with things going on in our lives, and I have been in my box about it. At first, I was unaffected by these changes, but now it is starting to wear on me. In the shuffle of new schedules, I've been calling every day, and it's a hit or miss when we get to talk. And when we have spoken here and there, it just seems like you want to be left alone, and I'm not going to force a conversation on you. Maybe in certain situations, I would keep at you to talk to me, but I know you're exhausted and frustrated, and I wish I could fix that, but we established that I can't. Frowny face. You taking on Boston Whaler has been stressful on both of us, and I don't want to add to that stress by me trying to force you to talk to me. That's what I that is why I want to go back to calling on a set day. We established Monday is our new date night, and I want to see if things improve by me backing off some. I'm not pulling away. This is not a punishment for anything you did or didn't do. I'm doing this because I feel like having a set schedule for our time is better than a hit or miss phone call and us stressing about it, which I have been. In every relationship, there are adjustments that have to be made for the better of the relationship. And I feel you are too sweet and tenderhearted to tell me don't call as much. But I can tell you have other priorities that need more attention than before. Work being that priority, and I want to show you that I can respect that and not jump your ass about it, rather come up with a reasonable solution. I love you so much, and I know that no, I am always here for you and will love to talk to you whenever you want to. If you want me to call you on a day that isn't our normal day, just email me. No promises I'll get to it on time before you actually want to call, but the emails are not that reliable, but try to let me know anyway. Again, please don't take this as me pulling away. I am not. I miss you every day and night. I am trying to adjust to your new schedule. That is all. And on the days we don't talk, I'll be doing homework and work on my goals for this year. I hope you get this Monday. Moi, you mean so much to me. I really can't wait for me to be home with you. Now, this is super weird. Gypsy sends him basically what an outline of what she wants their life to be like whenever she gets out. And it's so obvious from all the live stream evidence that we have. This is nothing how she actually lived when she got outside. This was pure fantasy, y'all. Okay, outbound from Gypsy. Picking up or cleaning my things. I am pretty organized, so I do know where everything goes, and most of the time I'll be the one cleaning anyway. But I don't mind putting anything of mine in its place if I forget to do myself. Oh, but I don't mind you putting anything of mine in its place if I forget to do so myself. And the remote will always be on the nightstand or next to the TV in plain sight. Passwords. I agree. We both should have a fair amount of privacy online. I think trust is a big part of that. I trust you, and I don't see you doing anything online behind my back like cheating. I feel like if you wanted someone else, you would be man enough to say it outright instead of creeping with someone else. I fully believe in sharing, but having some things as strictly your own is important too. Meal times. I've always been on the schedule of breakfast around 7 a.m., lunch around noon, and dinner around 6 p.m. However, for dinners, I want to make sure that dinner is ready soon after you come home from work. Sleep schedule. On average, I normally wake at 9:30 a.m. Some days I wake up earlier when I want to drink coffee and watch early morning shows. My nighttime is very relaxed. I take a shower around 8 p.m., climb into bed by 10, watch a movie or TV show until I start to get sleepy, and then I'm normally asleep by 11 or midnight. Either once in the evening, once or twice a day, either once in the evening or one in the morning and one at night. Bathroom privacy. My kitty litter box is not for viewing. My kitty litter box is not for viewing. Door shut, stay out. Shower is a different story. LOL. I'll buy a sign to hang on the knob. Time online. I will say I will get online for in the morning for an hour or less. Then again, before bed, maybe 30 minutes tops. I don't want to be sucked into the virtual world. Too much of my life has been lived through a screen. I want real friends and real physical relationship. You. If I spend time online, it will be brief. Takeout. I'm good with takeout. I'm sure I won't always feel like cooking. So if the mood calls for it, sure. Shopping. Okay, when I'm home, long gone are the day of bare cabinets and drawers. She spelled drawers DROORS. When I shop with a list. Before we go to the store, I'll go around the house checking what needs bought. We will have backup, hygienes, and TP, and unless our future fur baby needs more food, we should be set for a week or two. Smile. Home gym exercise. I do want a stair climber and a few small weights. I can always go running or walking outside. I mean, it's sunny in Florida, lol. And yes, while I do weights, you can get on the climber and we will push each other to use the home gym. Going to church. Like you, I am not a Bible thumper. I struggle finding my faith when it comes to religion. I was born, and then it cuts off. Anyway, I just found that pretty fucking hilarious, y'all, especially whenever she said that her time online was going to be brief. It was going to be limited, 30 minutes tops. She doesn't want to be sucked in any virtual world. Too much of her life has been lived through a screen and she wants real friends. Okay, inbound to Gypsy from Jeff. I can't say enough how I was convinced we were going to go to bed angry and upset with each other tonight. However, you have a certain demeanor that pulled my stubborn ass off that idea. I really love you. Somehow you have a way with me, a way that words can't even describe. I've never ever in my life had someone who knew how to make me feel the way you make me feel. I was angry, maybe more so than I should have been. I think it's only brought us closer. No one has ever made me feel things like you do. No one has ever made me look at myself from the outside and see what I'm doing or how I'm acting. I don't think I've ever been in love before. I can't explain it. I hate that it takes an argument like we had and that I refused to talk to you for a couple of days, but here we are. And it's like nothing I've ever felt. It's a new kind of connection with a person I never even knew was possible. I didn't even know that I could connect with someone like we did tonight. I'm starting to feel things for you. And the person you are like I've never felt before. It's a bit frightening, but at the same time, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. You're a different kind of person, Gypsy Rose. You're unlike anyone else on the planet, and I'm blessed to have you. Heart. Outbound from Gypsy. Dear love, thank you for always believing in me. Sure, you can be harsh at times, but I'd much rather have a harsh tone with a tender heart than a calm tone and an indifferent heart. I am a sensitive woman. It doesn't take much to make me receptive to your guidance. As long as you and I can love each other through it and discover new things that we can do to improve our relationship through that discovery, even if it's brought on by conflict, it is a positive. Smile. You used a part of your personality that hasn't had much exercise until I came into your life the way I am now. That is why you made self-discovery like you have that you have traits like your father. That is why you made the self-discovery that you have traits like your father. Yep, you are the yin to my yang. It's a better term than soulmates, lol. I used to think that compatibility was determined by common interests, goals, and desires. It wasn't until tonight that I realized it's about the things we bring to the table in terms of how we can complete our partner. You are aware of what I lack, and I am aware of what you need, and we bring each other a completion. And yes, I will always nag you until you acknowledge me. I am the smitten kitten that will meow until you pick me up and hold me. I love you so much. Mwah. I found it hilarious there that she said that he was the yin to her yang, and that's a much better term than soulmates because y'all remember her and Kian were always calling each other soully, short for soulmates. Okay, now this one is the one that caused me to want to read this batch altogether because some of this is stuff like there's emails there we haven't read before, but some of it's kind of stuff we already knew about Gypsy and Jeff. Listen to this one, y'all. Here's where it gets wild. Outbound from Gypsy. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I've been trying to call and you haven't been answering. I'm really upset and crying and I am so confused. What did I do or say? Is this because of blank? Okay, I'm sorry. I told him about us. I won't talk to him anymore. I really just need you to answer the phone, please. Outbound from Gypsy. I hate it when you do this to me. I have no way of knowing to know what's going on until you answer the phone, putting me through emotional and mental stress. I wish you would just talk to me when you're upset. Outbound from Gypsy. I love you even when arguments happen. I love you more than anything in the world. I've had a stressful week. They called me to the back office to discuss who all sends me money. They wanted to investigate me for the money random people send. The staff asked me who you are and who Blank is and this person and so on. And I'm like, Blank is my current boyfriend. Blank is my friend from here who left a few years ago. Around Christmas time, I get random deposits from people who has seen my story. I was almost in deep trouble for it because they didn't know who all these people were and why they were sending me money. It's actually kind of against the rules to ask people for money, exception being the primary person who takes care of me, which is my parents. So even if I won't ask people for money anymore. I wanted to tell you about that sooner, but I was trying not to stress you out about it any more than you already are. Then yesterday, I left my phone book on the phone booth from like noon till it was found by another girl at like 6 p.m. I'm not happy that I was that absent minded to forget it unattended for hours. I don't know who all could have looked at it. Anyway, please answer when I call so we can talk things out as a couple. So, yeah, we didn't know I didn't know anyway that it was against the rules for prisoners to ask people for money. I don't even know that that's actually totally correct because Gypsy will say anything. But if this email feels like she was trying to get ahead of something, she was about to be investigated. Brian was about to find out she was getting money from a bunch of other dudes, like Brazil guy, Italy guy, whatever, and she was trying to get ahead of it. So she says it's kind of against the rules to ask people for money, exception being the primary person who takes care of me, which is my parents. And this sentence is so telling. This is what I was talking about before, where I said Gypsy will be trying to defend herself and talk herself in a circle where she admits what she did, but says, it doesn't even matter. This sentence right here. So even if I won't ask people for money anymore. What the actual fuck? And then she says, "I wanted to tell you about that sooner, but I was trying to not stress you out any more than you already are." Like, "Oh, I totally would have told you, but it was a favor to you." Lord, y'all. Okay, now here's the wild, wild part. This is inbound to Gypsy. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You already chose to talk to him. And now he has my fucking address. The guy who makes bombs, hits women, and has illegal firearms, a virtual terrorist. You've kept us secret for months. What the fuck? Wow, y'all. So apparently, Brian has a little past, and Jeff was not happy about Gypsy giving his address to Brian when she called and talked to him while they were together for some reason. I'm pretty sure Brian is also the guy who she gave Ryan's address to, or maybe that was Jeff. I don't know, but wow, just what the hell? So then little Frodo, because, little Frodo does the Lord's work, pulling in all this stuff, looked up the weapons charge. There'll be a link to the news article along with a link to the Reddit post. Okay, this is from the Herald News, February 24th, 2014. Swansea, while domesticating a domestic violence incident on Pamela Drive, sorry, y'all. Police say they found that their suspect was in possession of homemade explosive devices. Brian J. Golden, 27 of 300 Pamela Drive, was arrested without incident after police got a tip that he may have explosives in the house, according to police. Police found several small homemade explosive devices, each about the size of a grenade, according to Sergeant Haslam, along with explosive device components and more than a dozen firearms, including 4 illegal assault weapons. Haslam and Swansea officers, Amy Gallant, named several officers there, and a sniffing dog searched the residence with a warrant at 3:30 a.m. Thursday. Golden was charged with 4 counts of illegal possession of an assault weapon, 7 counts of possession of an explosive device, 1 count of possession of explosive device components, 10 counts of failure to properly store a firearm, 2 counts of failure to properly store a large capacity firearm, and assault and battery, according to the police. The firearms and explosive devices were removed from the home, police said. Golden was being held without bail and was transported to the House of Correction in New Bedford. So that's, his charges. We don't know how it ended up, if he ended up getting off or what happened. I almost wonder if he didn't, because I'm pretty sure there's evidence that he visited Gypsy in prison. And I didn't think felons could do that. But as several of y'all have pointed out to me, I don't know anything about how prisons work. I haven't been in one. I just I haven't. I'm reading the emails and putting the information out there, but I'm not at all in any way claiming to be an expert on prison dynamics or what goes on in there. So anyway, y'all, how crazy is that? And like, why did Gypsy even give the Brian guy the other guy's addresses? It feels weird. Like, why she was talking to someone she knew had a violent past, clearly from the sound of it, some violent ideations, allegedly. And she chooses to give him the addresses of other boyfriends that she's mad at. Now, I said other boyfriends. A YouTube account claiming to be Bryan came into the Weeds podcast comment sections whenever we very first started doing the lives reading these emails. We initially thought that the Jeff emails were Bryan, and he'd come in saying, nope, wasn't him. They never had any kind of relationship whatsoever, just friends. Don't know if that was correct or true or him or not. But yeah, it's all super strange. Super strange. Well, I'm going to wrap this up, folks. And I got an email from one of the moderators of the GRB evidence subreddit, and they are going to be launching a new website called Gypsy Rose Lied About All of It. I don't know who all is connected with this website in the background. I only know the username who emailed it to me from the GRB evidence and don't know anything about them, but the website looks like it's going to be pretty cool, y'all. I think it's supposed to launch tomorrow. I'm going to show you the little promo that they emailed me, and I'm anxious to see how this turns out. Anyway, we'll go out with a little palate cleanser, and I hope y'all are having a good day, friends. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hey, Bubby, you want to talk to the people today? Do you want to talk to the people today? Look at those majestic whiskers. No, he's turning from the camera. No paparazzi. Dave, on the other hand, is all about the camera. Aren't you, Bubby? Yeah, head boop the people. Head boop the people. He loves y'all.